The night was dark and stormy, the kind of night that feels perfect for a horror movie. Emily was driving home from a late shift at the office when the storm suddenly took a turn for the worse. The wind was howling, the rain was pounding, and the lightning was lighting up the road like a devilish strobe light. Emily had never been a fan of horror movies. However, she was finding herself right in the midst of one. As she drove down the unpaved and winding road, the feeling of unease that had been niggling at her for a while began to grow stronger. She soon realized that she had driven down a road she didn't know and was lost in the middle of nowhere. Emily started to feel a sense of panic setting in. She had no idea where she was or where she was going. Just when she was starting to think about turning around, she saw a sign down the road that read, "Welcome to Willows Hill." Emily had never heard of Willows Hill before, but anything was better than being lost in the middle of nowhere, so she headed towards the town with a glimmer of hope. As she arrived, Emily breathed a sigh of relief. The town was small but cozy, with streets lined with old-fashioned street lamps. She drove slowly, marveling at how nice the neighborhood looked in the rain. She noticed how quiet the town was, with no signs of life anywhere. Emily finally caught sight of an old diner with flickering lights in the window. She decided that she needed to take a break and get something to eat while waiting for the storm to pass. As she entered the door, the lights flickered and went out. A man with a crooked smile appeared out of the darkness and offered to show her to a table. Emily accepted and started to feel at ease again. As she looked through the menu, she realized that this was one of the weirdest places she had ever been to. The menu had weird options like eyeball soup and coffin roast. Emily felt a shiver run down her spine but dismissed it, thinking that it was just the horror movie tropes getting to her. Emily ordered a bowl of soup and settled in to read a magazine while waiting. The lights kept flickering and eventually went out completely. Emily heard a scream coming from the back. She was terrified and couldn't move a muscle. Suddenly the lights went back on, and Emily saw the man who had shown her the table, dragging a body towards the kitchen. Emily gasped and leapt to her feet, trying to run towards the exit. But the man moved quickly and blocked her way, revealing his true intentions. He was a serial killer who preyed on lost travelers. Emily's heart raced as she realized that she might not make it out alive. She looked around frantically for a weapon, but there was nothing within reach. In a moment of desperation, she picked up the boiling hot soup bowl and threw it at him, hitting him square in the face. The man screamed and stumbled back, giving Emily the chance to run out the door. Emily ran as fast as her legs could carry her, not daring to look back. The rain had stopped and the moon was shining bright in the sky, lighting up the town. She ran towards her car, but found that it was gone. The serial killer must have stolen it. She couldn't believe her luck as she had walked straight into a horror movie in real life. Emily knew that she had to find help. A small cabin on the outskirts of town caught her eye, and she made her way towards it. She pounded on the door, begging for someone to let her in. After what seemed like an eternity, an elderly couple opened the door, surprised to see a terrified young woman standing before them. Emily explained everything that had happened to her, and the couple listened patiently before calling the police. The police arrived shortly after, taking the serial killer into custody, before finding Emily's car and dropping her off safely at her home. Emily never forgot that night and made a promise to herself never to take unfamiliar routes late at night again. She was grateful to the elderly couple and the police for saving her life. From then on, she made sure to plan her routes beforehand and carry a weapon just in case, never letting her guard down again.